Red the Rink was senior Rachael Jackman's senior project. It was held on February 11th in the Duluth West Heritage Center at 5 p.m. There were raffles along with coach Jason Callan and the hockey team auctioning their jerseys. Callan has worked with other senior projects, and he and the hockey team were happy to help Rachael with hers.
It is a fundraiser, like a benefit for the American Heart Association, and all the money that I did raise goes towards that and into like research for heart defects and heart problems. I myself had open heart surgery, and the American Heart Association donated blood and a blanket to my case, and so with the money I raise, that also goes towards that and helps families with surgeries that they can't afford or things that they can't afford. I was not like the only one who like helped with it. I had my mentor Trevor Cornier who helped me, Mr. Scott helped me, a few like the hockey moms did, but overall I was like I guess the host of it. I was born with a heart defect, atrial septal defect, and pectus extravatum, but we didn't realize we always knew I had like an indent, which is pectrum extravatum. We didn't really know what it was called until this past year. My legs would turn completely blue and purple with little white spots, and I would faint randomly for like 5 to 10 minutes at a time. I'd wake up not knowing who I am or where I was, and so we scheduled a doctor's appointment, and I went to St. Luke's in Duluth, and I had an echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound for your heart. I had blood work done, I had x-rays, and there's a doctor from Children's, and he was up. He comes up once a month, so I was very lucky that he was there, and he noticed that there was something wrong with my heart. There was a little like thing he wanted to go into, so I had another echo, and he said that there was a hole in my heart, and he wanted to send me down to Children's to get more detail on it. So I went down to Children's Hospital because I wasn't 18 at the time, and I had an in-depth MRI. It took like 2-3 hours. Basically, they said that there was a hole in my heart about the size of a quarter on like the very top of it, which caused like the veins, and one side of my heart was like my right side was too big, and the veins were tied in knots, they were ripped, so my blood flow wasn't getting like to where it needed to be, and my left side was working way harder than it should have. And then because of my pectrum extravatum, my heart was on my right side more.
Do you know what the point is?
So we got that fixed. Basically, my surgery was August 8th, and I got to the hospital around like 6 a.m. I went to my prep room around 6:30, went to surgery at 8:30. Took about 8 hours. I came out. I don't really remember much because I was coming back from the anesthesia. I was supposed to be in the hospital for up to a month. I got out in 6 days. I was called a miracle surgery. So basically what they did, they patched up the hole, they put in new veins, and then they reattached old veins as well. And then they didn't fix my sternum, that is still like indented. If I do want that fixed, which I probably would in the future, that would have to go in about 4 years just because like my heart and everything has to heal fully. I hit my 6-month mark this February 8th. And otherwise I've had a minor infection, but other than that I've been perfectly fine ever since. I was a little upset because the first game did get canceled, but I'm very pleased with who all came and who bought shirts and the money I raised from like raffles alone. And we did lose, but I was still like super proud of everyone who came and did their job. We lost 10-0, sadly, but the boys played pretty good.
What was the most difficult part of your project?
I'm gonna say the jerseys, because each jersey cost $70, so I had my sponsors donate money, and then jerseys were a very tight fit. It took about 4 weeks to make them, so we were kind of on like the edge of getting them, so I was a little nervous we weren't gonna be able to get them, so I think that was like the hardest part. It all came pretty easy to me. I grew up in a hockey family, so I knew how raffles worked, and I had people donate. I had a lot of help, so nothing was really like hard, but getting the jerseys was a little difficult.
What was your favorite part of the project?
Definitely seeing the boys go out on the ice in their jerseys. I was down by their locker when they came out, and I started bawling. I thought they looked so cute. I thought they looked great on the boys. The boys loved them. So I thought that was very, just seeing them out on the ice and like all of it coming together and actually being real.